Welcome back to the channel. I'm KushCool, and yeah, I know you recognize this. It's chess, the one and only chess. Cause there's no other game called chess. This is the only game called the chess. So in the last video, I had shown everybody all the piece values. I'm pretty sure. The knight is 3, the bishop is 3, the bishop's 3, the knight is 3, the rook is 5, the pawns are all 1, and the king is worth the whole game, the queen is worth 9. That's just a review, honestly, because I'm showing you the more important part. It's called how do you actually move the pieces? So let me log in real quick. Like, you can't, I'm pretty sure in the last video, I put set up position, I trashed everything. I just put a random knight and started just moving him around. You can't actually do that, that's the thing. And you can't play without the kings, so. I am gonna show you how to move the pieces. So first, number 1, the pawn can move 2 steps at the start of the game. Like when it's on its original rank, it can move 2 squares. Except it's black to move, so you can see that it has 2 squares highlighted. If I can move here, or I can move really far. See, like, I can just move around my pawns. But what do you do after you move a pawn? We're not going into that yet. So, that's why we're not starting with the original position. I'm putting the king and the other king. And what's after the pawn? Well, they put a bishop, so why not a bishop? It's a draw. So the bishops, they're able to move on diagonals. Diagonals, they're a really important thing. Like, diagonals can help you a lot in your games because you can control like this very long diagonal with both of the rooks there, and boom, well, you're pretty OP already. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. And they can control diagonals. They control all the diagonals unless it's blocked by a piece, because it can't jump over the piece. So we'll talk about a piece which jumps over more pieces later. Oh my god. So this is just a draw because there are 2 bishops. But bishops, they're pretty useful. People just don't care about them that often. The bishop wall. But if you think about it, if you have 2 bishops, you're pretty OP. You're very OP. So that's the bishops. They move pretty chill. They're pretty chill. Whee. The knights. Oh, the knights. They're pretty cool. They're really cool. If I were to have my king, this guy's king here, and his knight here, notice, unlike the bishop, the knight can move in shapes that look like an L. Meaning, they can practically go crazy. They can be used to make forks and many other things. For example, something cooler would be this knight can jump over pieces. Oops, This knight is able to jump over that and force the king here. Like, we're not talking about the force, but knights can jump over pieces, which is really useful because in the real game, you would have all your pawns here and a poor little knight would be chilling. So when you move your knight, you're controlling the center. Because, say, if I said bye-bye and put a knight here, why does it keep saying draw? I know it's draw. I know it's draw. Wait. So, the knight, it's right here. Can you figure out which squares it is controlling? I'll have the answers in the description. Or actually, not this description. I'll tell you right now. You have a matter of 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The knight is controlling the center and is controlling squares which are behind it. It's able to move behind itself, which I'm pretty sure I told. So the knight, it's a very useful piece. Like, man just goes around checking people's. So that's the knight. The cool thing is that the knight has like its own way to checkmate. We've done the bishop, pawn, and knight, the rooks. The eval bar just went up to mate in 7. That's because it's still chilling on mate in 7. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm deleting all the rooks. The rook can move in lines. It's really good. For example, this king, if the king was to move here, the rook could literally block off this rank and the file. So if the king went here, he would do this. If the king went here, white would do this. Now if this happens, boom, the king can't move forward, neither on the rank. That's why rooks are really OP, because they just are really powerful. A checkmate, because the rook is controlling the whole file. Now what? The queen. It's amazing. The queen is a piece like the rook. It moves like these guys. But it's like a rook and a bishop combined. It can also move diagonally. So really, the only way it can't move is like a knight, making the knight a very unique piece. So I can do this and just checkmate him immediately. If he moves. Oh, that's still my oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. checkmate. That's why the queen's really OP. That's why people like it. That's why it's 9 points. It's just good. And the king, the king's a really bad piece. It just moves. Let me show you. The king, if I were to bring this king here, you can see that the king can only move to a 3x3 grid around it. Really sucks to be you, king. So, that's the value of all the pieces in chess. I'll see you next time with some more amazing things about chess. Bye!